All right, so wonderful. When we're looking at your aura here, you have orange as that primary color right through the center of your body. That's going to be the primary color that is affecting you, or the color that you're living in the most right now. Orange is very indicative of like active, engaging energy. It can be physical, creative, it's generally expressive, so that can you could see that in creativity. It could also be social activity, creating pathways, networks, things like that in your life. So a lot of that active energy is what you're holding closest to you. But when we're looking at your colors, we can also read them from left to right. So this is where you came from versus where you're going. So on this left side, we see this much stronger, brighter color of green. And green is a color that indicates like a lot of self-healing oftentimes. So whereas blue might be outward healing, green is inward healing.
Okay,
so you've been putting in some work, you've been putting in some time to figure out your own stuff. That could be things like trauma, getting things in order in your home, making things feel better for you, but it's healing, it's good. But we can also see that like this green kind of comes down to the right and dissipates, and then we have this different color coming up here, and it's very literally like crossroads. So as that green is fading out a little bit, you're coming into a little bit more of this yellow here. So yellow is much more of a color of cognitive, it's logical, it's analytical, it's being in your mind versus in your heart or your spirit or your body. You're thinking with your head now. So you're able to take all of these lessons that you've learned from healing, and you're going to start being able to apply them, see the world around you more clearly, and engage it more on that mental level. But it's not super bright now, so it just, to me, says that you still need to live a little bit longer in what you're working on here, and that future tense, whatever is happening here, will happen once you are done with the lesson that you're currently in. Looking through your chakras right now, a lot of them are really bright. Your root chakra looks like it's opened up. It's a really good color that you've probably put in work, time, effort into like your structure, routines, stability. That could be family connections, that could be your physical home, chosen family, things like that. But in turn, your sacral chakra, the one right above it, is a little bit blurry, a little bit of a funny color. Normally that's more of an orange, but we see this all the time because while your root chakra is your stability, structure, things like that, your sacral chakra is your fluidity, your emotions, and things like that. So when you put a lot of your energy into structure, it kind of pulls away from how you live in your emotion. But as things stabilize, these two things will start to balance out again. This is your solar plexus above it there. It's a little bit scattered. You're probably, because of all of that self-healing, that's where you hold your identity. So you're probably reestablishing what that means. Your understanding of yourself, confidence, awareness, engagement, things like that lives there. It's a really good color. It's just something that's probably gonna take some time to condense and have security in again. Heart chakra is a great color. It's this green one right here. It's a little bit small. It doesn't look like you're going out and making 30 friends every other weekend kind of thing. You know what feels good, and you know the people that make you feel safe, secure, the people that feed you to be around. So that's a good thing. There's nothing wrong with that. It's a good color, so I'm not worried about it. If that like started to turn into like a dark color, then maybe you're being like really guarded. But you have your circle, it's working efficiently, you know what's good, and that's okay, that's great. This is your throat chakra. It's probably your brightest thing in your chakra system right now, that and your third eye, but your throat chakra is super bright. That dark blue, that's communication, but that's a two-way street. So it's not only your communication with the outward world, so that could be setting boundaries and communicating your needs. That's also being seen and understood and heard. So this has probably been a big breakthrough in the way that you're engaging the world outside of you and what the world brings back to you. So that's awesome. Your third eye is this one up here, also super solid. That is, of course, like the third eye is oftentimes associated with psychic energy, intuition, instinct, things like that. It's also your intellect. So that's probably a really big strong suit for you, that you have your instincts, but you also know what you know, and you have some security. You don't second guess yourself. You have a